First and second week of July. I think he originally told me the first week of July, and then he realized it was the 4th of July holiday. The reason he's put us off is because he's not coming here by himself, thanks to information that has been put out to the public, and he's coming here with experienced staff members.
Good.
So,
I want to make it clear that
Now, which audit is this?
the audit,
The
which
regular
is now
town
going
audit.
to include,
Is that?
well, I talked to him about that, and he said, do they have any idea? I mean, the guy thought it was totally ridiculous, quite frankly. You want me to be totally honest? That this town thought they needed to expend $25,000 on top of $11,000 for an audit. He said, for $2,500, we're going to give you 3 to 4 extra days of total detailed work on your water department. He said they just did an audit where they found a fraud, and it took them 7 extra days. It didn't cost the town anywhere near $25,000 to do that.
they don't have to do the $25,000, but there's no requirement for them to do it.
No,
But
I know there's not, but they're not, you do realize that
but
that vote took it out of our hands.
I
But
want,
the question
yeah,
I have
but
is, we're gonna have to do a separate, distinct, completely separate from our regular town audit.
Oh, so you
That's the
want
finance
separate.
committee's problem.
Okay.
It's not our problem.
well, I think you step back for a minute. The auditors work for us.
But the
That
town
article,
meeting vote now has them for this, for the
Okay,
water department
well,
working
then
for
it
the
better
finance
be
committee.
the finance committee. Nothing comes out of that finance committee, or nothing goes to those auditors with one person bringing it to them. It is done by the finance committee. I don't want a bunch of single loose cannons running around talking to our auditors like we've had in the past. I want it done right, I want it done professionally,
they
and I
should-
want it done on behalf of the
they
town.
should meet with the finance committee, and the finance committee should have specific requirements of them, and hand it to them at a meeting, and say, here you go, here's your marching orders, and it should be reported back to them that way.
And I want it in
my
writing.
opinion.
Everything that they do, every direction they give to these auditors, I want in writing, and I want it recorded in the minutes of a meeting. No individual direction will be given to these auditors, because no one on that finance committee has that kind of authority. And I want to bring up one other thing. When we have a major town function, such as a town meeting, special town meeting, if a committee wants copies made, they're copies that are directed by the committee, not by an individual. Prior to this last town meeting, we had the husband of the finance committee chair bringing copies to this town hall to be made. The finance committee chair is a member of the finance committee. The husband is not. And I didn't see any record of any votes being taken anywhere. Anything that we reproduce for town meeting should be as the result of a vote by a committee, not because of the direction of a single individual.
It's news to me, Charlie, so thank you for bringing that to our attention. But you're absolutely right.
I don't think it's fair to the office staff to have that kind of stuff done.
Well, I'm thinking this year was probably an aberration instead of the normal, but if we do that in the future, that there should be money in their budget for printing expenses. So we
Yep.
drain our,
Right, they do get charged per copy, and I actually,
And
one
what
of the
the-
reports that was brought in here was 47 pages long.
Well, one of the reports that was brought in literally had pages X'd out. And another report that was brought in here was a political document signed by somebody that was anonymous.
Mm-hmm.
That was really a poor case of judgment. And we look upon our finance committee to have good judgment, and I'm telling you, 4 people on that committee really do have very good judgment. But when we start having others bringing in anonymous documents, or bringing us in documents that are X'd out, we need to question that judgment. My pontification for tonight.
All righty, are we gonna go into collective bargaining or not?
Up to you, gentlemen.
Do we have the
When's our next scheduled meeting with the PD?
14th, is it?
It's June something.
I didn't bring a copy of the
Oh,
contract.
right, that's right, in these minutes, isn't it? June 4th.